Hey besties, whether you are applying for a job with the NHS or you already work there, this video will definitely help you to know the core values that are in the NHS constitution. And obviously, if you are trying to get into the NHS, this is the question that you would most likely be asked. We'll be talking about the 6 core values of the NHS, and towards the end of the video, I would give you a signature common interview question related to these values, and I will tell you how to answer those questions. If you're watching me for the first time, please do not make this your last. My name is Adaeze Osadebe. You can call me Ada the Thelegalpepper, and I create content on career, travel, and lifestyle. Before I forget to mention, when you are drafting your CV, if you are trying to get a job with the NHS, it is very important to inculcate these values in your CV or cover letter. So, what are the values? Now, I could list out the 6 values for you, but the likelihood of you remembering them in an interview setting may be slim. So, let's just have an acronym. My acronym is WICA, and I will explain it as we go on. So, we or W stands for working together for patients. Now, what this means is the patients come first. Regardless of what role you have with the NHS or what role you are aspiring to get, the patient is at the center of whatever you are doing. Now, when I talk about working for the NHS, I'm not just referring to doctors, nurses, no. In whatever role you are occupying, whether it's you being a support worker, you being a care worker, a psychiatrist, an optometrist, a social worker, in whatever you do, the patient always comes first. One salient point in this core value are the words working together. That obviously depicts teamwork, and it tells you that you have to work collaboratively with your colleagues. And this is a very key core value of the NHS. In fact, the healthcare industry used to be very paternalistic, and by this I mean they tell the patient what to do. There was so much power imbalance where the professionals had so much authority over patients. But now it's no longer the case, hence this core value, which means that you're working collaboratively with the patients and even their families to ensure that they get the best possible care. As a healthcare professional, you're not acting like you know what is best for your patient than them. No, because they are the experts in their own lives. So it's your goal to work together for them. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned it that these core values can be found in the NHS constitution, so it's not me just making it up. Now to the second value, we said WICA, so the I stands for improving lives. And this basically tells you that when you are working for the NHS, you are not just going to be dealing with patients like they are illnesses. And this is a very important point to note. You could be dealing with a patient that has maybe dementia, autism, mental health difficulties, but you should not deal with them like they are their illnesses. You should aim to improve their lives, because once they come to the NHS trying to receive support, you have to care about their general well-being. So yes, your job could be to care for someone that has dementia. Do not just focus on the dementia the person has. Still get to know them. If you're working for the NHS, it's important to realize that these patients are literally me and you, because sometimes when we are talking about the patients, it feels like we are seeing them as abstract people, but no. There are times when, for instance, I'll go to the hospital trying to receive treatment for something. Now, in that instance, I am a patient. Now, imagine if I go there and I'm not given the best possible care. How would that make me feel? And that's how you should think about your patients, because they are literally like your brothers, your sisters, your mothers, your grandmothers. Think about improving their overall health and well-being as opposed to just being focused on a particular illness. Now, this does not mean you would go above where you specialize in to go and give treatment elsewhere. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, if you're trying to support someone, also look at their overall well-being and focus more on that than on the particular illness at hand. Moving on to the third core value, the C stands for commitment to quality of care. Now, in this acronym, take note that there are 2 C's. So the first one, which is what we're talking about right now, is the commitment to quality of care. And this literally means that you should be committed to providing the best possible care for everyone that you come across. Ensuring a high standard of care is a core value of the NHS. And the thing is, once you focus on the NHS guidelines and processes, you would seamlessly be able to provide the best possible care to every patient that you come across. Moving on to the fourth value, which is the other C, and that is compassion. This is my second best. Don't worry, I'll tell you my best. Now, compassion literally means you having a heart for the patients you're working with. You should have empathy, have understanding, care about them. And sometimes this could even mean you going the extra mile, just because remember, you are seeing them as people and not just as their illnesses. I always say it on this channel, and I will keep saying it, that see, the healthcare industry is not one that everyone should go into, because if you do not have a heart for people, there are other fields you can go into. I know sometimes some people go into the healthcare industry just to make money, and I'll keep saying it, that's okay. However, even in that, you should still have the heart to care for people, because when you do it, you realize that the job would be beautiful. I remember when I just started as a support worker, I was always excited, like I genuinely enjoyed the job, and people were surprised, like, what do you enjoy? I am empathetic, and I just knew that that was the perfect job for me. But if you are not that kind of person, then it's okay not to even try to delve into the healthcare industry. There are still so many other jobs that you can get. It's where you use more of your physical power or even your mental power than the emotional power, because if you're trying to work for the NHS or even with any healthcare provider, you have to be emotionally intelligent, and this also means that you have to be compassionate. So now to the fifth core value, which is my favorite, and that is everyone counts. Now this literally means regardless of your race, your background, your age, or any protected characteristic you have, you should count. So if you're working for the NHS, you are not supposed to be discriminatory to anybody for any reason. And the reason why this is like my favorite is obviously because I'm a black woman in the UK, and even though this is the core value of the NHS, in practice, we know that there are so many stereotypes and biases that happen. And in fact, a lot of them are non-verbal. Obviously, most NHS staff would know all of these, and they would not be expressly discriminatory, but you will still see some odd ones that will be covertly discriminatory. And if you're not very conscious of these biases, you will not even know that someone has just been maybe racist to you or homophobic or something. So the rule states everyone should count, and this seamlessly aligns with the last one, which is R, respect and dignity. So now everyone that counts should be treated with respect and dignity. That means you should treat everyone in a civil manner. It does not matter if their values differ from yours. It does not matter if their religious background, their race, whatever. You have to treat everyone with respect and dignity. That is just basic. If we even think about these core values of the NHS, it should go without saying, because these are common values that every human, every decent human should have. But not everyone has it. Maybe that's the reason why they need to reiterate. But those are the core values of the NHS. Now, remember what I said in the beginning. I said I'll be giving you a signature common interview question, and I'll give you the answer. And the question is, what are the 6 core NHS values and what is their purpose? If I have this interview question, obviously I already have weaker on lock and key. So I'll just say the 6 NHS core values are working together for patients, and this literally means, so I did not just try to state the core values without explaining what it means, because when I explain, it shows my interviewer that I know what I'm talking about. So no interruption, let's go seamlessly. The 6 core values of the NHS are working together for patients, and this means I have to work collaboratively with other healthcare professionals for the good of the patient. Another core value is improving lives, which ensures that I am to care for the overall well-being and welfare of the patient, as against treating them like their illnesses. Another core value is commitment to quality of care, which means that I am to ensure the best possible care being provided to the patient In addition to this, compassion is a key core value of the NHS, which means that I should be empathetic and understanding of the patient. In addition to this, a core value is that everyone counts, which means that regardless of age, status, or any differentiating factor, I have to care about everyone. And in conclusion, everyone should be treated with respect and dignity, which means that I should be civil at all times and give everyone the due regard that they deserve. The purpose of all these core values is to ensure that all professionals provide the best possible care for all patients at all times. Thank you. Solid answer. By the way, besties, if you need any help regarding your job interview, I already have an ebook that will guide you on how to prepare for your job interview. If you want a CV revamp, you can book that. And also, if you want a paid one-on-one call with me, I open up 10 slots every month for people that want to talk to me. As at the point of making this video, I don't know if all the slots will be available. I know they would not, but you can click the link in the description box to book for any of these services. And if you've enjoyed this video, I want to see a like, because that tells me that you enjoyed the video and you want to see more of this. Now, if you're not subscribed to me, I don't know what else to say. Just subscribe. I'll be dropping a playlist of similar videos such as this for you to binge watch and enjoy. And until I see you next time, besties, stay blessed, remain happy, and bye.